Hey guys, it's me, Colton, back to intern again at harvest time for the summer. And today I have a little devotional for you guys this Wednesday. So, for me, growing up, particularly my freshman and sophomore years of high school, there's a big push to get to know what you wanted to do, to figure out where you were going in life, who you were going to be, if you wanted to be an airplane pilot or a writer or a nurse. And for me, someone who was primarily good at playing video games, this was a hard period in my life. Because every time we took a test on what we were going to do, I had no idea. I didn't know what my talents and gifts and abilities were. But luckily, my junior year of high school, I gave my life to the Lord. And I started to view the world through a biblical view. And for me, that really opened up the realization that God had created me for a unique purpose with unique talents and abilities to accomplish that purpose. Now, many Christians struggle with figuring out what their talents and abilities are, what they're gifted for. But luckily, God doesn't just use the people that have the flashy gifts, not just the pastors and prophets, but He makes use of everyday people because He's created us all with a purpose in mind. We can find a prime example of this in Exodus 35, verse 30. Here, Moses has called together the people of Israel to build the tabernacle for God. And we read, "Then Moses said to the people of Israel, 'See, the Lord has called by name Bezalel, the son of Uri, and He has filled him with the Spirit of God, with skill, with intelligence, with knowledge, and with all craftsmanship, to devise artistic designs, to work in gold, silver, and bronze, in cutting stones for setting, and in carving wood, for every skilled craft.'" Moving on to chapter 36, verse 2, we see, "And Moses called Bezalel and Aholiab, and every craftsman in whose mind the Lord had put skill, everyone whose heart stirred him up to come to do the work." So the good news here is we see that God hasn't just called the pastors and the prophets to do His work, but He's called all of us to make His name known. And it's not just those flashy gifts, but it's the gift of building things, of talking, of interacting with people, of writing things. God has gifted us all in a unique way. And this shows us that it's not just the social media star with millions of followers who can influence the world, but it's us. People who are just good at interacting with others. People who are good at making things with our hands. God has created us all uniquely with gifts and abilities to glorify Him. And when we dedicate ourselves to that work, God blesses it and increases us in skill and knowledge. So I have a challenge for you guys today. I want you to take a sheet of paper and write out 2 or 3 things that you believe God has blessed you with abilities to do, with a skill in that area. After you've done that, I want you to brainstorm for a few minutes. How can you use these gifts to glorify God, to make Him better known among your friends and your family and whatever area of influence that you have? Now, whatever that talent may be, whatever God has given you, use that ability to make His name known. Use that ability to reach others for Him, and God will bless the work that you do.